The Saints and the Evangelists. With the sacrificial lamb depicted on the wall above the altar are also shown on both sides some of the saints mentioned in the canon of the Mass. To the left we find St. Peter, easily recognized by the key, St. Paul holding the scroll showing him as the writer of the epistles, St. Lawrence bearing the Roman cross indicative of his Roman citizenship, and St. Damian bearing the crown of martyrdom. On the right are St. Felicitas with her crown of martyrdom, St. Lucy bearing the lamp of the wise virgin, St. Agnes with her lamb, and St. Cecilia bearing the laurel wreath which proclaimed her triumphant over all obstacles so as to preserve her vow of virginity. Then we behold, standing 2 on the right and 2 on the left, the 4 evangelists, angels majestic in form, tall and strong as pillars. Since evangelium is a Greek word meaning good news, the evangelists are aptly pictured as angels, messengers of God, bearing the good news of the gospel. One is struck by the similarity of countenance in each of the 4 angels. This is significant. Each evangelist tells the same gospel story, even though recorded with more details by one than another. St. Matthew holds the scroll of the Old Testament and the book of the New Testament. St. Mark, in his character of a Roman citizen, holds a Roman cross. St. Luke, as the lovable pilgrim and companion of St. Paul in his journeys, carries the staff of a pilgrim. Lastly, St. John on the extreme left bears the lily symbolic of virginity in his character of the virgin disciple. The angels on the upper right and left of the wall, one holding the cross and the other the crown, symbolize the price we must pay to win the crown of heaven. We learn from the crux gemata, or jeweled cross, that every trial is a gem which merits a heavenly reward.
Murals that symbolize the Holy Eucharist. The wedding feast of Cana. On the side walls of the sanctuary are painted the 2 miracles that foreshadow the holy sacrifice of the Mass. The miracle of Cana covers the entire right wall and shows our Lord Jesus Christ and his Blessed Mother as the central figures. Aside from the astounding miracle, the first by which Jesus proved that he was God, our gaze is held by the excellence of the artist, Mr. Josef Steinhage's execution. We behold not only perfect balance of every detail of grouping, but also minuteness in every detail. The bridegroom and the bride, with the steward of the feast grouped to the left of our Lord, are held spellbound by what has been wrought in the changing of the water into wine. On the right of the Blessed Virgin are the waiters who are filling the pots with water. In detail, we see the filmy softness of texture in the garment of the bride, the delicate ornamentation of the water pots, and all this painted on the rough plastered wall. The workmanship throughout shows that secco painting on even a large scale can be made exquisitely beautiful. The multiplication of the loaves. The mural on the left wall shows the miraculous multiplication of the loaves. This too symbolizes the Holy Eucharist. Here we again admire the balanced grouping of figures and the awed expression on the faces of the disciples who now behold the miracle. The loaves, after being blessed by Jesus, bear the mark of the cross. Because they are now holy, they have around them the aureole of holiness. Besides our Lord, St. Peter is the only one of the apostles who is represented with a halo, although the apostles are equally occupied in distributing the blessed loaves. Herewith is signified the primacy of Peter. The power to feed the faithful with the bread of heaven is conferred on the apostles through the authority of Peter, who alone holds the direct commission from Christ himself. In this mural, we again admire detail, especially in the baskets which contain what is left after all were fed. Thus, our aesthetic sense is satisfied at the same time that mind and heart absorb hidden truths by means of perfect symbolism.